My name is Chocobo, and this is my guide on how to efficiently collect sandstone. With the current poll that ends on February 11th passing, it is evident that collecting buckets of sand is no longer efficient, and collecting sandstone will be the new meta for crafting on Iron Men. The levels, items, and quest requirements of this method are pretty straightforward. The first being having a minimum of 35 mining. Now, if you are an Iron Man, it is actually required to have 45 to complete the Enakhra's Lament quest, so you won't have to worry about this requirement too much. The second being the camulet, which also ties into the quest, the Enakhra's Lament. However, for this method, you will need to upgrade your camulet to a camulet with unlimited charges, which requires 1 million GP and going to Lazim as seen on screen here. All you do is you teleport to the Enakhra's temple and go inside the temple and use your camulet on Lazim. And after spending the million gold, it will be a camulet with unlimited teleports. Here are some suggested items that will increase your overall sandstone yield per hour as well as your mining EXP per hour. The first of these being the Varrock Armors 2, 3, and 4. Each of these will have a 10% chance of increasing the amount of sandstone you mine from 1 to 2. If you are also utilizing the Prospector set for some extra mining experience, the Varrock Armor 4 will act as a Prospector's Jacket, which means you'll be able to complete the set and have that extra 2.5% mining experience. If you do not have the Varrock Armor 4, I would still recommend using the lower tiers of Varrock Armor and getting an extra 1.2% mining experience. Some other helpful items are the mining skill cape, which will help increase your overall yield of sandstone per hour, as well as the crafting cape, which is the best and most efficient way to bank. Items to 3-tick mine, such as Terramin and Swamp Tar. And last but not least, some stamina potions 1 dose, which can be created using normal noted stamina potions at Bob Barter in the southwestern corner of the Grand Exchange. If you are able to execute this mining method properly, as shown in this video, as well as executing banking efficiently, you can expect to achieve around a maximum of 74,000 mining EXP per hour, as well as the equivalent of 12,500 buckets of sand per hour in the form of sandstone bricks. So I wanted to go over just a quick inventory setup on the most efficient way I've found to do it. So I have my Urban Tar in the far left spot of the inventory, and this is just because the mining nodes happen to be closest to here, as you will see when I am actually mining. I keep my crafting cape here next to my camulet, because these are both items that you will have to right click and teleport with. And then I just keep my pestle and mortar down at the bottom, because simply you never click this, and so you can just have it anywhere in your inventory. You also want to make sure you have a keybind to close the bank. The quickest way to set this up is to go to the little wrench, click on the joystick, and click on the F1 key. At the bottom left, there is a little checkbox for the escape closes current interface. You're just going to make sure you have that checked. That way, when you click on your bank and you hit the escape key, it closes the bank instantly. Last but not least, you need to have the 4 different types of sandstone bricks in your bank already, as well as all of the 5 items in your inventory do not have a placeholder. After that, you're going to want to make sure you fill up your bank, and if you are not already full on items, the quickest way to do it is to just click on the little wrench here, and then you're going to want to go to bank fillers, click all, and then just press fill. And this will fill up your bank with these little red circles, which you just right click clear all whenever you're done doing this method. So now that we've prepared to mine, I want to go ahead and actually go through one rotation of actual mining. So we're going to right click a camulet and go to option 2. This will teleport us outside of the actual dungeon, of the Enakhra's Lament dungeon. We're going to head west, and we're going to want to make sure we go towards the southwest. It's just a couple ticks faster, and we're going to click on that square. On the way, I'm going to click my herb tar, and then mine, and then I'm going to click here, herb tar, mine. And then we're just going to do this back and forth until we have a full inventory. That is essentially the basics of this method. Let's now move on to actually mining and collecting sandstone efficiently. Although efficient skilling is relatively difficult to do over long periods of time, I had my friend Mitch VVS take up the challenge of doing 1 hour of sandstone mining and banking just to see what his experience rates could be. Since he's the most experienced with 3-tick mining as well as other tick manipulation skilling, I figured he'd be the best for the challenge. He managed to achieve around 73.3k EXP, which is pretty close to this 74,000 theoretical mark. It should also be noted that he went ahead and tested the Dragon Pickaxe versus the Rune Pickaxe, and while 3-tick mining, you actually do not get any increased experience from the Dragon Pick. The only thing to note is that if you do not 3-tick, Dragon Pick is definitely better. Last but not least, you need to make sure every 6 runs or so you go and bank for a Stamina 1 dose potion. You will eventually run out of run using this method if you do not use staminas, so it's very important to get into the habit of doing this. So here is just a simple bank of the crafting cape and its capabilities of being the most OP thing ever for this, and it will just literally teleport you to the bank deposit box. However, most of you probably don't have the cape, seeing as you're watching this to figure out the most efficient method to 99 crafting. And if you don't, I would just recommend using the Sears teleport and or having Rings of Dueling in your inventory. I just also wanted to point out that this method is actually around 700k GP an hour for a normal account right now, so it's definitely not that awful to do this for money as well. It's definitely a lot of XP per hour, and the money is pretty decent. That's gonna go ahead and wrap up this video. I just wanted to give a quick thank you and shout out to Mitch for providing me with some clips of him efficiently doing this method, as well as doing all the tests for the proper EXP rates. Also, I'd like to thank Rook for doing the slides to this video. He's been working on the slides for my last couple guides, and they are really awesome, and he also does my thumbnails, which are amazing. And then also, I'd like to thank Scott, because he was the one who actually started this idea in the first place, when they had nerfed another Sandstone method, which I won't get into. But anyways, I do make Hardcore Iron Man Progress Series videos, so if you are interested in those, feel free to hit the subscribe button. I look forward to seeing you all again soon, and I should see you in a couple days. Thank you.